So now we move on to infamous foods, the truth about the most attention-seeking ingredients. And first up, it's oil. So while olive oil might have helped us to ditch lard, it's not exactly a health food. The OG Mediterranean diet was more chickpeas and chard than cheese and oil. So in the 1950s, rates of heart disease in Crete were 20 times lower than in the United States. Their traditional diet, though, was over 90% plant-based, rich in vegetables, legumes, grains, and fruit, and it included very little meat, cheese, or oil. Fast forward 50 years, as meat, dairy, and processed foods, including large amounts of oil, became more common, heart disease rates rose to levels comparable to the US. The original Mediterranean diet, the one associated with the exceptional health and longevity, was largely whole food, plant-based. It focused on leafy greens, legumes, pasta, fruits, and vegetables, with only just modest amounts of oil and the occasional glass of fermented grape juice. So oils are some of the most energy-dense substances that we eat. They're packed with calories, but they offer very little else. In fact, while I'm certainly not recommending butter or ice cream, they at least contain small amounts of protein, calcium, or other nutrients. By comparison, oils almost entirely empty calories. Because oil lacks fiber, bulk, and water, it doesn't activate the body's natural satiety signals, which means that it's really easy to overconsume without even realizing it. All it really does is adds extra energy to meals that are already satisfying and nourishing on their own. Oil's 100% fat, which means that it delivers maximum calories in the smallest volume, which is exactly why it's so easy to overeat. Take potatoes, for example. Naturally, they're only about 1% fat, but when you turn them into French fries, that jumps to over 40% fat. Just 2 tablespoons of oil packs about the same energy as a chocolate bar or a large scoop of premium ice cream, but without the fiber, protein, or fullness, or the taste. A simple drizzle of oil on your salad might seem like a harmless thing, but it can significantly alter the calorie content, the nutrient profile, and how that meal affects your energy, mood, and weight. So all oils, yep, even extra virgin olive, flaxseed, coconut oil, can impair your blood vessels' ability to expand and relax, making your heart work harder and reducing your circulatory performance. So high-fat meals, including those with oil, have been shown to temporarily reduce blood flow and may also negatively impact oxygen exchange and immune function. Oil is one of the leading contributors to excess calorie intake and weight gain, and when oil is heated to high temperatures, especially in frying, it creates harmful compounds like acrylamide and aldehydes, which are associated with an increased cancer risk, regardless of whether the oil or food is plant-based. So only 3 to 5% of your daily calories absolutely have to come from fat, and you can meet this easily by just eating whole plant-based foods. Most oil we don't add for flavor, but we just add it out of habit. So fortunately, that means it's an easy habit to break. From fresh bread to pasta sauce to salad dressings and even cakes, oil-free versions can be just as delicious, sometimes even better. And here's the best part. The less oil you use, the less you're going to miss it. Your taste buds will reset and you start to notice the fresh, vibrant flavors and textures that were hidden under all of that grease. So oil's arguably one of the most processed foods on the planet. It's pure concentrated fat, stripped of all the fiber, water, and nutrients that nature packaged it with. Our bodies were never designed to handle this kind of fat in liquid form, and until recently, humans were never able to consume it in such quantities. To make just 1 liter of oil, you're going to need around 1,000 olives, 60 ears of corn, or 50 avocados. And in any case, most of the oil ends up in highly processed foods, to which is added cheaply to enhance texture and taste. Oil is used to engineer food for maximum pleasure, and it targets what the industry calls our bliss point, overriding our natural hunger signals and contributing to weight gain and thereby chronic disease. Next up, we have avocado and coconut. So avocados and coconuts are often praised for their healthy fats, but the issue isn't really the type of fat, it's the amount. Both are around 85% fat by calories, making them amongst the highest fat whole plant-based foods in nature. Even though avocado fats are more heart-friendly than coconut saturated fats, they can still slow blood flow, affect arterial function, and reduce physical performance when we consume them in excess. So these aren't everyday staples, they're occasional indulgences from nature. Most of the fat in avocados is monounsaturated, while coconuts is over 90% saturated fat. We've long been told to replace saturated fats like butter and coconut with monounsaturated fats like avocado and olive oil to lower our cholesterol. But when it comes to our overall vascular health, the difference might not be as significant as we've been led to believe. So emerging research shows that even monounsaturated fats, especially when consumed in large amounts or as oils, they might still impair our blood vessel function, particularly after meals. And whether you're vegetarian, vegan, or omnivorous, it's still common to consume more fat than your body needs. In reality, just 10 to 15% of your daily calories from fat is enough to support health, fuel performance, and help reset your taste buds. So refined oils, including avocado and coconut oil, are still ultra-processed, nutrient-poor, and calorie-dense. They're essentially pure fat, just like any other oil. And despite what the internet might say, there's nothing magical about these refined plant oils. So to look and feel your best, it really helps to think of avocados and coconuts as nature's treats. Even in their organic, whole, unprocessed forms, as I mentioned, these foods are extremely high in fat, and so they're best enjoyed occasionally rather than every day. Avocado might be best known as guacamole, but it's also a versatile substitute for butter and oil in rich plant-based recipes like mousse, chocolate cake, cheesecake, creamy dips, spreads, and dressings. If we reframe these high-fat plant foods from health staples into treats, you naturally eat them less often and you're going to appreciate them more. So our other coconut-based products like desiccated coconut, coconut milk, cream, and ice cream are unfortunately much like coconut oil, extremely high in saturated fat. Many coconut treats also contain refined sugar, making them high-fat, high-sugar, low-fiber processed foods, often less nutritious and higher in fat than traditional junk food. The one exception is coconut water, which is 94% water and just 2% fat.